have tried to tell people to get outside, paint a rock, drop a fact sheet, leave a bracelet, just send a text message to somebody. I don't care. We have been called crazy. How many ways do you need to see the devil is standing right in front of you and you still can't see him? I don't know what else to do.
Y'all, this story just got way darker than anyone expected. Allie Carter isn't staying quiet anymore, and what she just revealed after Diddy's courtroom win has everyone completely shaken. For months, she vanished. No posts, no interviews, no updates. People thought maybe she'd moved on or that she was too scared to speak. But now, out of nowhere, she's back, and she's not holding anything back this time. She's naming names, calling out people in power, and saying the entire investigation was never really meant to expose Diddy. It was designed to protect him. According to her, even the raids, the rescues, and the supposed justice moments were staged just to keep her quiet. And if that's true, it's a serious problem.
As you guys are saying, I told you, the justice system is rigged. I don't know how many ways people need to say that, see it for themselves, research it, dig on it, and not understand that the justice system is rigged. And we've been saying that since the beginning. We went through court cases. We went through private investigators. This is how we have the insurance and the documents and the things and the receipts that we have, because we have been through this so many times before, where the victim is the one who gets the most tail and the predators walk. The amount of people that you've seen, I want you to stop and think about how many people were enabling this case and how many times I have said the red and the blue side are guilty. If you are distracted right now by something as what an adult did, or you're fighting for an adult, then you weren't in the fight for the kids in the first place. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Let's rewind this whole story and break it down piece by piece. First off, Allie Carter wasn't just a random person talking on social media. Her name actually appeared in the official case files against Diddy, listed as victim number 3. That alone should tell you she was a key figure in the investigation. Her claims weren't about wild celebrity parties or random gossip. They were about something far darker. According to Allie, she was trafficked through the same underground network that Diddy was allegedly connected to. This wasn't just one bad night or one terrible experience. She described it as a whole system, a system that was organized, protected, and powerful. She talked about how young women were moved around through private jets, luxury hotels, secret parties, and hidden mansions, and said she lived through it herself.
When you look at the corruption, the FBI covered it up for how long? This case was back in 2000, early 2000, right? So let's talk about who's guilty here. The DOJ released a video that at first everybody said they couldn't find a video of Cassie Ventura being beaten. They couldn't find it, it didn't exist. You saw one clip, and then you saw DOJ release another clip to the news. So the DOJ had that clip to begin with. So the people who are telling you that they don't have the Epstein file, they're full of shit.
She had names, places, times, and even documents. At one point, she was ready to testify publicly. She didn't want to stay anonymous anymore. She came forward, revealed her identity, and said she was ready to face Diddy in court. For survivors, that's a huge step. That kind of courage means she wasn't bluffing. She was serious about telling her story. But just before the trial got underway, Allie disappeared. Not ghosted, disappeared. She was taken into witness protection.
I knew the case was not going anywhere. Whoever tried just got painted a target on it. And whoever lied was exposed. I am grateful for the amount of people that were exposed on this case. You've seen that the hotel manager is guilty. You saw the people who cleaned the sex toys were guilty. The bus that freaking transferred all these children were guilty. You saw people coming from left and right to tell you about the baby oil and everything else that they wouldn't tell you earlier because they kept it a secret all these years, and everybody that bowed down sign this man's paycheck. You feed that man from the entire time. You enable trafficking. It's the same way people are using our pain right now. There's content creators that hate us, that want us tortured, that want us dead. And so many people are buying into it by hitting the like button. You're paying these content creators to create chaos, confusion, bullshit, lies, and on top of that, you're enabling trafficking, and you still don't see it. You want to argue, and people tell me all the time. I have gotten so many crazy ass messages that I don't care about.
Now, most people would assume that's for safety. Maybe she was being protected because of the danger surrounding the case. But according to Allie, that wasn't the full truth. She says she didn't go willingly. She claims she was removed from the spotlight intentionally because she knew too much. Here's where things start to sound like a movie. Prosecutors actually used parts of Allie's statements during their opening remarks. That means her story was central to the case. She wasn't just a background figure. Her words were shaping the jury's perception. So why wasn't she allowed to testify after that? Why was her evidence suddenly off the table? According to her, that's exactly where the manipulation started.
If you ever see a dead man's switch come from us, you'll know that we're no longer on this world, because we'll tell you if you're watching this video, it's because we're no longer here. And in that video, it will release everything unredacted. And after it releases everything, every single name, every single location, every single plate that we have, every place that we were trafficked, and when we tell you exactly when it's in that video, then insurance will just keep dropping from there. And I don't know, just to hand it around like candy. I have no idea what else to do with it because there's nobody to give it to. And as you can see that from the beginning.
She says the feds didn't ignore her evidence because it was weak, but because it was too strong. Allie claims her files didn't just point to Diddy, they pointed to other powerful people, including names from the music industry, media, and even government circles. She says her evidence could have exposed a network far beyond one celebrity. And the prosecutors, according to her, didn't want that. They wanted to keep the case small, neat, and under control. She believes that's why they started pushing her out of the picture. She told her followers that she had flight logs, emails, surveillance footage, and even a list of other girls who had been caught in the same system. But none of that ever made it to court. She says it just vanished. And then, things turned terrifying. Right after her evidence was supposedly ignored, Allie's home was broken into. She says armed men came in, tore through her belongings, and knew exactly where to look. They weren't after jewelry or money. They were looking for something specific: her documents, her hard drives, her proof. She described the attack as fast, organized, and professional. It wasn't a random burglary, it was a warning. She went live right after the incident, crying and shaking, showing viewers her destroyed home. Files were gone, backup drives missing, papers shredded. Her house looked like a war zone. She said, "They're trying to erase me." Not long after that, she and her family fled. She claims the feds moved her into witness protection, but not to protect her from danger. According to her, it was a way to silence her completely. After that, everything about Allie's life fell apart. She couldn't contact friends or family freely. She couldn't post online. And yet, she says the threats continued. According to her, even her supposed safe location wasn't really safe. She says her address was leaked by people connected to high-level organizations, people with money and power. And she wasn't exaggerating. She showed footage of her house after it was burned down. She showed the empty lot where it used to stand. Whether people believe her or not, what's undeniable is that she lost her home, her privacy, and her sense of security. And while she was living like that, the trial went on without her. When the trial ended, Diddy walked away from several major charges that many people expected to stick. And right after that verdict, Allie came back online, and she came swinging. She accused prosecutors of helping Diddy walk free. not because they didn't have enough evidence, but because they chose to ignore what could have exposed more powerful people. She said they focused on surface-level drama, the flashy parties, and left out the real horrors, the trafficking, the exploitation, and the underage victims. Ali's exact words hit hard. "Justice didn't fail me. Justice ignored me." When she came back, she didn't just make claims, she brought details. She mentioned hotel records, specific nights, and security footage locations. She described who had access to those cameras and what angles captured what. She even named former staff members and security guards who, she says, knew what was happening but stayed silent. She also accused certain district attorneys of twisting the narrative to protect reputations instead of protecting victims. To back her claims, Ali pointed to older lawsuits against Diddy that quietly disappeared over the years. Some were settled, some just faded from public attention. But she said the patterns were identical. Same hotels, same parties, same behaviors, same names popping up again and again. She said, "It didn't start with me, and it didn't end with me." That's a chilling statement because it suggests a long-running system that keeps recycling the same story, only with different victims. Even after the trial ended, Ali's fight didn't stop. She went live again, this time to directly confront the people she says were behind her harassment and exposure. She claimed that it wasn't just internet trolls attacking her, it was a coordinated effort. According to her, certain online personalities and organized groups helped leak her private info, doxed her, and helped track her movements. She believes they were part of a cleanup operation, people working behind the scenes to protect others. Even now, Ali says she's constantly watched. She changes her location often, avoids using the same phone for too long, and can't stay online without strange things happening right after she posts. Now, she's careful not to say Diddy personally sent anyone after her, but she makes it clear that the people doing this are connected to the same world she once lived in. By this point, Ali isn't just talking about Diddy anymore. She's talking about the system itself, a system that shields powerful people and silences survivors. She said, "They don't just cancel you, they erase you." And that line has hit a lot of people hard. Before ending her recent live stream, she also clapped back at those defending Diddy just because he's a father. She said, "Y'all keep talking about his daughters, but where was that energy when I was a kid and he hurt me?" She reminded everyone that Cassie was only 19 when everything started with her. She said, "The math is right there, but nobody wants to do it." Then she added, "You protect his daughters, but you ignore the ones he hurt." That statement blew up across social media because it cuts straight to the heart of the hypocrisy. People are quick to defend a celebrity dad, but forget the young girls who said they were hurt by the same man. At the end of the day, whether people believe Ali or not, her story deserves to be heard. The pain, the evidence, and the fear she's shown aren't things that can just be brushed off. She didn't just drop gossip, she shared trauma. And now that she's speaking again, the question isn't whether she's telling the truth, it's whether anyone will have the courage to listen. So, what do you think? Was Ali silenced on purpose? Was this whole thing about protecting Diddy? Or is there something even bigger behind the scenes? Drop your thoughts below, because I really want to know what y'all think about this one. And remember, this isn't just about one person. It's about power, control, and who gets to decide which voices get heard. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you want to keep getting the real stories, not the watered-down ones. Until next time, stay safe, stay aware, and keep your eyes open.